So hello everyone, I hope that you all are doing well at your home during this lockdown. And I welcome you all to the second episode of a Sky This Month video series. And today we are going to talk about the night sky during the month of May, and we will discuss the major events that will happen throughout this month in the night sky. And I am Shubham Kumar, Education Officer at Astroport India. On this channel we bring tons of astronomy facts and night sky events for you so that you can prepare for your observation. So in this video we will not go in more detail because we discuss all these things in very detail in our Sky of this week video series. So let's jump onto the video and see with me what are the things which we can observe throughout this month. So let's start with the 1st of May, and moon will be at its first quarter phase and it will be prominent in the evening sky and it will set around midnight. So at this time moon will be half illuminated, so it is the best time for observing the moon's surface feature with a pair of binocular or small telescope. So this is about the moon. So on 2nd of May we will observe the three planets Jupiter, Saturn and Mars. So you can see on the screen that right now it is 12:10 and Jupiter is about to rise from the east direction. So exactly at 12:24 am Jupiter rises from the east direction, and after the Jupiter, Saturn will rise at 12:45 am, and further the Mars will rise at 1:50 am in the morning of 2nd of May. So notice the rising time for these three planets, because in some upcoming days the rising time will significantly change. So on 5th of May Mercury will be at superior solar conjunction. So let's find the Mercury, and it will pass very close to the sun in the sky, so making it unobservable for the several weeks. And this only happens once in every synodic cycle of the planet, which is 116 days. So let's find the Mercury. So you can see on the screen that the conjunction of Sun and Mercury is not visible because it is completely lost in the Sun's glare. And at the same time it will also pass apogee, the most distant point from the Earth. So last month we have witnessed the Lyrid meteor shower. If you missed that rare celestial show, so nature is providing you another opportunity. So the Eta Aquarid meteor shower, although it is active from 19th of April to 28th of May, but it will produce the peak rate of meteors around 5th of May. We have already told you that the meteor showers are named after their originating constellation. So because the meteor will appear to originate from the constellation of Aquarius, so that we call it Eta Aquarid meteor shower. We will discuss in more detail in the Sky of the Week series. So on 5th of May is the best opportunity for us to observe the Eta Aquarid meteor shower. So on 6th of May the moon will be at perigee. So that means moon reaches the closest point to Earth in its elliptical orbit, and it will be at 3,63,000 km away from us at that time, and it will be shining with a magnitude of -12 at the time, and it will illuminate 99%. So this is the moon at that time. So let's see what happens on 7th of May. So just need to fast forward the time. So on 7th of May moon will reach at its full phase. So at this time the moon will rise directly opposite to the sun in the sky. And this month's full moon will take place at a time when the moon will also make its closest approach to the earth, and we call it perigee. So this is our moon.
You can see that at this time it is 99.8% illuminated because it is at its full phase. And perigee moon will like this occurs roughly once every 13 months, and this is a second full moon of the spring season 2020, and it is also called milk moon. So don't forget to observe the milk moon on the 7th of May. So this is the sky for 7th of May. So another meteor shower, the Eta Lyrid meteor shower, will be active from 3 to 14th of May, and it will produce its peak rate of meteors around 8th of May. So this is the constellation Lyra. You can see on the screen that this is the constellation Lyra, and this is Vega, the brightest star of this constellation. So the meteors will appear to originate from the constellation of Lyra, so that it is named after the originating constellation like Eta Lyrid meteor shower. So it will remain active until 5 am in the morning. So this is all about the Eta Lyrid meteor shower. So on 9th of May, moon will be at aphelion. The moon's orbit around the earth will carry it to its farthest point from the sun, and we call it aphelion. And at the time it will be at a distance of 1.0118 astronomical units from the sun. So this is our moon. It will be shining with a magnitude of minus 12.18, and it is in waning gibbous form at that time, and it is 92.16% illuminated at that time. So this is the moon on 9th of May. So on 10th of May, Mercury will be at perihelion. Mercury's orbit around the sun will carry it to its closest point to the sun, and it is called perihelion. And at that time it will be at 0.31 astronomical unit distance from the sun. So let's find the Mercury. So this is the Mercury. Although it is not observable events, but with the help of this application we can also observe the unobservable events. So this is the Mercury, and it will be 96.1% illuminated at this time. So on 11th of May, the globular cluster M5 in the Serpens constellation is well placed for observation, and it will reach its highest point in the sky around midnight local time. So best time to capture and observe it. So let's find the Serpens constellation. So this is the Serpens constellation. So we can find the M5 globular star cluster in the search bar. So this is the M5, and let's try to zoom in. So this is a globular star cluster, and it is well placed for observation now. So it's an best opportunity for astronomer to capture and observe it. So at the time it will be shining with a magnitude of plus 5.80, so it won't be visible through the naked eye easily. But at darkest sites it can be viewed with a pair of binocular or a small telescope. So on 12th of May, the conjunction of Moon and Jupiter will take place. So Moon and Jupiter will share the same right ascension, with the Moon passing just 2 degrees 15 minutes to the south of Jupiter, and it will be visible around 12:21 when they rise just 7 degrees above your horizon. So on the same day, the conjunction of Moon and Saturn will also take place, and Moon and Saturn will share the same right ascension, with the Moon just passing 2 degrees 40 minutes to the south of Saturn. So the pair will be visible after 11:50 pm, reaching an altitude 40 degree above southern horizon and before fading 5 am in the morning. So at that time moon will be shining with a magnitude of 11.76 and Saturn will shine with a magnitude of plus 0.3 and the both will be in the constellation of Capricornus at the time. So you can see on the screen that both will be in the constellation of Capricornus. So on 15th of May, the conjunction of Moon and Mars will take place. So Moon and Mars will share the same right ascension, with the Moon just passing 2 degree 45 minutes to the south of Mars. And the pair will rise at 1:24 am in the morning, just 4 hours before the sunrise. So you can see on the screen that Moon and Mars are closest in the night sky at this time. The Moon will be shining with a magnitude of minus 10.82 and Mars will be shining with a magnitude of plus 0.40, and both will be in the constellation of Aquarius at the time. So on 15th of May, the conjunction of Moon and Mars will take place. So Moon and Mars will share the same right ascension, with the Moon just passing 2 degree 45 minutes to the south of Mars. And the pair will rise at 1:24 am in the morning, just 4 hours before the sunrise. So you can see on the screen that Moon and Mars are closest in the night sky at this time. The Moon will be shining with a magnitude of minus 10.82 and Mars will be shining with a magnitude of plus 0.40, and both will be in the constellation of Aquarius at the time. So 18th of May will mark the close approach of the planets Jupiter and Saturn, and the pair will reach at its highest point in the sky at 4:46 am. So best opportunity for those who wake up early in the morning. At that time, Jupiter will be shining with a magnitude of minus 2.05 and the magnitude of Saturn will be 0.69. So you can see on the screen this beautiful phenomena, the close approach of Jupiter and Saturn on the morning of 18th of May. So you can also try to capture it with your smartphone's camera. You just need to adjust some settings in the professional mode of your camera. So try to capture this beautiful phenomena. So this is the sky for 18th of May. So on 20th of May, the moon will again reach to perihelion at a distance of 1.0096 astronomical units from the sun. And at that time, it will be shining with a magnitude of minus 7.65 and only 7.1% illuminated at that time. So on 22nd of May, the conjunction of Venus and Mercury will take place, and both will share the same right ascension with the moon passing just 0 degree 53 minutes to the north of Mercury. And Venus will be at a magnitude of minus 4.2 and Mercury will be shining with a magnitude of minus 0.6. So let's find the Venus and Mercury. Let's just remove the ground and we can see on the screen that this is the Mercury, and this is the Venus. So on 22nd of May, the conjunction of Mercury and Venus will take place. So on the 24th of May, the conjunction of Moon and Venus will also take place, and both will share the same right ascension with the Moon passing just 3 degree 41 minutes to the south of Venus. And the pair will be difficult to observe as they will appear no longer than 11 degree above the horizon. So at that time, the Moon will be shining with a magnitude of minus 8.3. So let's find the Moon and Venus. Luckily, if we remove the ground from this application, so we can easily find the Venus and Moon. So Venus will be shining with a magnitude of minus 3.53 at that time, and the moon will be shining with a magnitude of minus 6.44, and it is only 3.2% illuminated at that time. And we can also see on the screen that on the same day the conjunction of moon and Mercury will also take place, with moon passing just 2°46' to the south of Mercury. So on 28th of May, the globular star cluster M4 will be well placed for observation. So it is a globular star cluster in the constellation of Scorpius. So let's find the Scorpius. So best time to observe the M4. So this is the constellation Scorpius. So let's find the M4 with the help of search bar. So this is the globular star cluster M4. So best time to observe it and also to capture it. So on the 29th of May, the Mercury will be at dichotomy. The Mercury will reach half phase in its 2020 evening, and Mercury shows an intermediate half phase which we call dichotomy. So let's find the Mercury. This is the Mercury. So let's recenter it and try to zoom in. So we can also observe on the screen that right now it is almost 50% illuminated. So on 30th of May, the moon will be prominent in the evening sky, and it will set around the midnight, and it will appear almost half illuminated at that time. So we can see on the screen that this is the moon, and if we recenter and try to zoom in on the screen, so we can see the moon is 55.4% illuminated at that time, and it will be shining with a magnitude of minus 11.28. So let's see what happens on 31st of May. So on the 31st of May, the Mercury will attain its highest point in the evening sky in its May-June 2020, and at that time it will be shining with a magnitude of 0.42 at that time.
So we have discussed all the major celestial events that will happen throughout this month, and if you want to get the more information about all these things, you can see our Sky of the Week episodes where we will talk about all these things in more detail. So until then, go and look up in the night sky and be amazed with the rare celestial shows of our universe. So if you like the video, then smash the like button, subscribe to our channel for more amazing content related to astronomy and space science. So don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we upload any new video for you. So until then, clear skies. Thank you.